third floor, nobody opened. We ring on the door like 5 minutes, nobody opened. The second floor, it was a couple, a British guy, black, with a Swedish woman, white. Open, we stayed there for 15 minutes. We took fika, we talked, and they welcomed us in the building. We went to the first floor, nobody opened. The next day, 6:30, they came two police. They said, we have been ringing in different doors in the building. What did you want? What did you want? People was afraid. We were like, they saw two black people ringing on the door. I said, no, we just moved yesterday. You can even see our apartment. We didn't even fix anything yet. The police came in, they saw our left ruler because nobody took it, and our coffee because we were disappointed. We explained to them, they were so ashamed, they said, we are sorry. Is it that? He said, it's that. You know what I did the next day? I wrote a letter to apologize and present ourselves. Two months later, we had a party, and we had full house. Everybody came.
Last question? Yeah, thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah, I was just wondering, my question is about the job that is available. Mostly you talked about working in Omboda. And what happened to us that have other careers? Because it seems to be the easiest way to get a job. So I want to do something that I like to do. If it's something that I am interested in, then I will do my best. I will enjoy my job. I don't want just to do something because that is the only way to get a job. That when I study nursing, or that's how I can get a job. But what happened to my own interest, that I want to do something that I like to do, and I feel comfortable with it. So how can you help us? We that have different, like we have economics, engineers, engineering, we have done economics for engineering. What happened? Because we are trying to search jobs and we don't have.
Thank you. Do you have any suggestions of what you can do as a person if you really want to pursue your dreams, and you also want to make sure that you're able to work with that in the future?
Yeah, well, one thing I think you can do is to, a little bit like you said actually, to go through try to, or as you said, do your homework. Write a list of the companies or the branches or sectors where you think this is interesting. And I think that one important thing of everything that we talked about tonight is that the only advice I can give is that I think that many people find that Sweden and Swedish people are quite passive. We don't actively ask people where you're from and welcome here and come here. We're not naturally that brave normally. But many of you are. So keep on being the way that you are, with a smile, and talk to people. Don't wait for people to talk to you. As a push to what you said, try to go and ask people instead of waiting for them to talk to you. And in your respect, I think, write a list of maybe companies or areas where you want to work, and that takes time, and that part is not so enjoyable, but it will result in something. Maybe ask people around you, is there anybody that knows someone who works within these companies? Not just say within the finance sector or engineering sector, but to say, do you know someone who works in InPipe or in this GE Healthcare, whatever it is, in that specific company? Then maybe you get someone who says, yeah, I know someone, and then maybe you can ask that person, do you think I can meet that person to know a little bit more about what she's doing? What kind of qualifications do they need, etc. not be so general, but more specific. Maybe you come closer to know if there are chances to work there, because I think there are, but I think that you have to be very active, and that part is not so fun. It might be quite boring to sit in front of a computer and Google and try to list all these companies, try to ask people if they know people in these companies, but that is one start, I think.
Thank you.
I can add something. I have to talk now like not like a Swedish, but like an African also. You have the most important thing here is also to know that you are not invandrare, you are invandrat. Invandrat means you have already moved ready. You are not invandra, you are not moving. Sweden is your home now, is your country now. The country we came from is not everybody who has a job. It's not everybody who has a job. We know that reality. When you are looking for a job, you don't find it. You have a degree. So do your homework, study about the company, look at the failure, make a project in the failure. Approach them. I can come as a consultant. In this failure, it makes your company lose this million. Do you really think that I will not give you that project if you have the solution? They give you the project. You start the company. And that's what I started. You start the company, and you start to supply them with your knowledge, with your competence, and at the end of the day, maybe they hire you directly. So there are different ways to get jobs. There are different ways. Don't just focus on having a job working 8 o'clock, coming back 6 in the evening. Find the back door also, because every company has a system failure. Somewhere where they miss money, they lose money. You go there, you say, I'm selling economy. If I bring this project, this company will increase by 10. You explain to them, you say, now I want to work as a consultant, give me a chance, you're going to change your way of earning money. They give you the contract as a consultant, it's a job. Why do you want just to work as an employee? Why don't you think about working as a consultant because you have a brain about it?
Yeah, we have the last question.
Okay, the very last question, because now time has run out. Yes.
Ja, kan ställa.
Come in front.
Yeah, hello. My name is Stewart. Okay. Addition to what Mike has said and my brother, there's one thing we forget to say. Of course, the Swedish people, they are very nice and they are open door for us, we foreigners. That we know. But there's one thing we forget. Is the experience. Most of the company we have applied for jobs, first thing they ask for experience. Like me, I've been living in Sweden for 4 years now, and I have education at special 3 degree, very powerful degree. I came out with a first degree, and I've been to practice like 10 months with different 3 different companies. What they ask of, do you have experience? Which I have experience. But the first thing they say, okay, we'll give you 3 months practice, which I did first practice last month at MVP, being crap. Then after the practice, I think it was like 5 foreigners and Swedish. But they took the Swedish people, which they were not very good at all as the way that passed away. They said, oh, we kind of, the production is very low, and we have to cut off the night shift. So we are sorry we don't have jobs now. After 2 months, we will call you guys. They didn't call us. We forget about that. I went to another company again, which decided it happened. But I also told the Swedish people. Then I asked the boss, I said, you always ask for experience, which we know, we don't have experience. But when you started this company, do you guys have experience from the beginning? The boss said, no, I don't have experience when I started. Then I said, why do you refuse to give us the chances to show ourselves. But the funniest part of it, when we came, all the dirty job was done by us, which was later on we did a very perfect job. But when they needed to employ people, they called the Swedish student. But that question, which I don't really understand, why the Swedish compete, because it's a Swedish land. It's a Swedish land, I mean. But my question is that why the experience is very important in Sweden system?
You mean the work experience?
Yes, work
Why
experience.
it's
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Why is the work experience so important in Sweden?
Well, why work experience is important is because that's easier to get somebody to be. If you have somebody who already know a lot about the job, then it's easier to get the person into the job. I think that is a simple answer. But I do think that some companies are very open to employ people without experience too. Because the difference by employing somebody with a lot of experience, who has a lot of ideas of how to do the job, then sometimes to have somebody without an experience, then you can form that person and you can teach that person exactly what you want that person to know. So sometimes sometimes they are looking for people with no experience also, but I agree, most of the job adverts out there are asking for experience. That's why internship can be one way of getting a little bit of experience to get into the job market.
I would also answer if I were in your case there. Okay, then I can work 3 months training here, and then we start. Then I have 3 months experience also. That's a good way to put it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here and answering all the questions and giving us a lot of good advice for the future. And I would like everybody to give a big applause for the panel here, and we have some gifts for you as well.
I'm snapping off.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going back to the event proper. Please, one more time, a round of applause for this amazing dignitaries that have come from all walks of life from Sweden. Thank you so much. It's our pleasure to have you next time, Mr. Patrick. Mr. Patrick? Yeah, we have a Mr. Patrick from Nigeria, but he's a comedian. He's not a doctor. Exactly. Thank you so much, sir.
The next section I over, the one person for standing little stool or for seeing where we hope so be so. Thanks a lot. That's for the program.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, for an association like this, of this magnitude, because we are actually close to 50 or more in number, for you to get to the next level, or to the level where we are right now, it takes a rocket, a dogged, a determined person, you know, to channel the affairs of this association. Like I tell you guys, controlling people like Nigerians is not easy. I don't know about other nationalities. From inception, this man has been at the helm of affairs. He has been thrown a lot of bricks, a lot of spanner have been thrown into our works as well. But he has remained focused and determined. Sometimes he threatens to opt out, but because of the love he has for us and we have for him in return. He even threatened us yesterday, but he's still there. Ladies and gentlemen, for our welcome address officially, I'd like you guys to help me put your hands together for our chairman, Mr. Mike Odoyinlola, for work. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, our distinguished West. Thank you for coming. Collins, I didn't threaten you. This association, Nigerian Community First Button, is growing gradually, and we're nurturing it like a baby. This is the 4th annual celebration of this association, and most of you have been part of it from the side, and we thank you. You support us every time we call upon you. This evening event, integration to the Swedish society, has been something that we've been working on for over a year. And I know that it's just the beginning. We are still going to work on it. I will make it very short. The last time I was warned that I took hours on my speech. Tonight, like I said, is our 4th anniversary, National Day and the Cultural Day. I will use the opportunity to call all the members, people that make this thing work. Because when you say chairman, it's not just chairman. Yes. I will call upon my brothers and sisters, all of you that are making us proud in Umeå, to come forward here a little bit. Everybody, all the Nigerians, please come. Please come. Please, Nigerians, please, can you come up here?
All the Nigerians, please, can you come up stage? Upstage, please.
Union members of this association, if you're an association member of this, if you're a member of this association, please come up here. Please, thank you. I want to introduce you. Yes. Take a good look. These are the Nigerians that is making this happen. We are growing in numbers, you can see. Most of you know our history. These are the people that make things happen in Nigeria. Nigerians here. Please come in. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. And I want to use this opportunity as well to thank every one of them. Let me use the opportunity to thank every one of them for the help they have been giving to me as their chairman. They have helped me in every way that I can think of. In fact, it's like anybody can be a chairman in this association. That's how it looks like. And thank you, people. And we use this opportunity now to cut our cake for our country that is 59 years old on the 1st of October. But we were working on others, so we put it down to today. That was why we're here today. So people can climb up a little bit here so that the cameraman can see you. Yes? Yes. Usually, we want you to help us now to do the cutting of the cake. Do we spell Nigeria?
Yeah, sure.
We spell Nigeria, right?
Of course.
All right. Take that up.
At the spell of Nigeria, we cut this cake. Can I have an N? N. Can I have an I? I. Can I have a G? G. Can I have an E? E. Can I have an R? R. Can I have another I? I. And a big N. A. Nigeria. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming up here.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. I will leave the microphone now to our MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you guys